If I start with MEC in the first place, why we say we need front-end MEC? We start with jQuery, and it did a fantastic job. It is an awesome library even today. But jQuery lagged in few things. Where suddenly our applications moved from Ajax to even more heavy-based application. jQuery was good in Ajax, but moving ahead of Ajax, we realized that our 100 lines of code was no longer 100 lines. 2013, yeah, 2013, I wrote a code. No, not 13, 12. I wrote a code that was 10,000 lines. I mean, not me alone, entire team where I was working in the company. At that time, people realized that jQuery was a failure, utter failure. Why? Because 10,000 lines, how did we manage? How can we manage them? Did jQuery ever tell you, hey, these are the folders structure, you keep this there? No. All includes, it was a failure. Worst part was that there were around 500 pages. Now, all these 500 pages, if there is a bug in one place, how will you find out which library it is connected? You needed to come up with a system, but it did not work out very well. We realized that jQuery was failing at organizing very bad. Very bad. You can't do it.
One more thing also is the version to version. We need to compatibility. Some library is present in one more version.
That is the story of open source. You will never get a relief from that. Today is Angular 2, March is Angular 3.
March is
Angular 3. You can't help with that. We suffer, you will suffer. That's what is open source. That is where is money lies. Next thing. Most of the applications realize that we don't want Ajax. Ajax means what? You know about Ajax, Vidyulata? Oh, nothing. Don't worry. There is nothing complicated in that. Let me just quickly tell you what is Ajax. Your browser is there, and your server is there. Now, normally, what happens if I have a normal single page web, if 2-page website? Assume only 2 pages are there. Home and about us. Let's say home and about us. That's it. I click on about. It will go to the server, right, and it will give you about.html page. Maybe it will contact the database, and then it will do whatever is necessary. The problem is that when you go from home to about, the page will suddenly become white for some time. DOM reload will happen, entire code will reload. But do you think it was necessary? No. No, Ajax it will not without Ajax. She wants to know about Ajax. So now if you click on about, ideally you are going to just change the content of this area. No, banner remains the same, menu remains the same, and maybe footer also remains the same, isn't it? If all the things remain the same, then do you think it is what footer? Let's say this footer. Only this area is changing. Do you think it is really wise for us to just load an entire page only for this area? I think not. If this is only area that needs to be changed, we should only load the content for this. We came up with a better thing. We said, you browser, do not communicate. I'll write some JavaScript code that will talk when I click on this button to the server. Get the content, and I'll just replace the home page content with the newly fetched content. That is Ajax. URL will remain the same. Page did not change. That is our Ajax. In short words, we'll learn more because we have joined the complete course, right? That's it. Now that jQuery did a fantastic job at that again, but we moved ahead of this. We moved to REST. You know about REST web services? Let's understand in a simple word. There is a mobile app. Traditional web model, when I click on about, it is going to return me about.html. Right? You have done JSP or something like that. Any server side that you work ever? Front end you have worked, right? Not a problem. Normally, if you create a website, you will have home.html and about.html, right? That you know. Now, if I'm clicking on this and it returns me about.html, and I created a mobile app, Android and an iOS app, A for Android, I for iOS. Now, tell me one thing. If I want to show the about us content and I request him about us.html, it will return me an entire HTML page. Na? Android will get confused. It's Java. Why they need to display HTML? They don't have a browser. So what I'll do, I'll create a separate URL for this, and he will only return what? Maybe XML or JSON. Because XML Android can convert to their native code. Same thing for JSON. That means now I need a separate URL for this. Same thing for iOS, more I know iPhone. So we came up with better thing. We said, let's cut the complicated parts. Let's make the entire thing as REST based. That means if the browser contacts about us.html, you are not going to return about us.html. You'll return either an XML document or a JSON document. You know what is XML JSON? I'll tell you. Server side is Java. Yeah, I repeat. Server side is Java. iOS side is Objective-C. If server wants to send its array to this, can it send an array in Java to Objective-C? No, C language is different array format. Like you might know Marathi, I know, let's say Kannada. We are still talking to each other. How? English. Same thing. XML and JSON is the English of programming language. So the funda is JSON data he can understand, even I can understand, any language can understand. So he will send the array in JSON format. It will understand, it will display the data. So we said from now onward, whatever you do, always send JSON data. Why? Because same URL about.html will return JSON for browser also, for Android also, and iOS also. Anybody can understand that. So server started communicating in a common language called JSON. That is called REST. But jQuery failed in talking to REST. Failed means you have to have various plugins to do that job. You'll know when we start Angular why we are saying like that. Angular has inbuilt support of REST.
So better support of REST.
Very good support. Inbuilt. You'll be surprised to see how it works. Last thing. Yeah. Now, today people write text. You know test-driven development? Test-driven development. So, let's say I created a calculator, only adding and multiplying. I want to now do the testing. I'll give the job to him and say test my code. Now my question is it the right way? I don't think so. Why? Because tomorrow if I want to make some change in my addition program, again he has to test entire calculator. I will be a little more smart. If I write two functions for adding and multiplying, I write two more functions. And those functions will call these functions and validate. So funda is simple. Let me draw the diagram for you, what I'm talking about. So I'm saying I have a calculator and I have two functions. First is add, I'm passing it two numbers, let's say a comma b. Another is multiply. Multiply. I'm passing again a comma b. Now I'll create two more functions. See carefully what. Test add. You know what will I write inside this code? I will say where expected equal to 12, a equal to 7, comma b equal to 5. Pseudocode. And I'll say if expected equal to add a comma b, then any language, just pseudocode, okay? Print as pass. You know JavaScript little bit now, all of you? Good. Inside this test add, I'm calling the actual add function validated. If there is an error in the add function, it will not return 12. So after completing my code for add and multiply, I'm just going to call these two functions. If they return test fast, both the cases, that means my function are working fine. If there is some error in my code, it will fail. Simple. That is called test-driven development. Test-driven development. After writing my code, I write test functions. For every function, one function. So if I've written 1,000 functions, how many functions I like to test? 1,000. Pretty ugly, no? Agree? Agree. But after that, to test 1,000 functions functionality, testers will take 5 days. My 1,000 functions will run how much time? 10 minutes. If there is an error, they will tell me this line number. And they will never do mistake because it is code. Now see, my life becomes simpler, easy to maintain. Tomorrow some developer has messed up with multiply function. Automatically multiply function will fail. Test event development.
Okay. Testing people, it will execute within 10 minutes.
No, testing people are removed. You don't need testing people. You just press a button and all the functions will be called.
Report also.
In front of a screen, you will see the output. Got it? The benefit is now you don't need to worry about 5 days. Every time you make a small change, you will not say 5 days you test it. You will run your test and done. Test driven development. jQuery doesn't support it perfectly. AngularJS was built keeping test driven development in mind. So, test driven development is well supported in Angular. So these were some of the things which forced people to move to a framework.
AngularJS have that framework.
Everything is inbuilt. Inbuilt means you don't need to worry about it. Just code, job done. Now, what happened? Let's say you want to use with jQuery. You have to come up with a directory structure. First thing, right? REST, you have to download some additional library for REST. Some additional library. You have to download 4 or 5 libraries for test-driven development and configure them.
Library only.
But Angular already comes everything inbuilt now. Like you have a car, Hyundai, Hyundai, let's say, yeah, Hyundai i20. It comes with everything, bumper, top thing, or you have to buy a simple model and then add everything, CD player, yeah, CD player or DVD player, whatever, everything inside it. Angular is that car that comes up with everything. And always remember, factory settings are the best. If you add something from your side on the car, you never know what happens when it runs. That's why you should not change the tire to big tire in the car unless it is meant for that. Because they have done the testing. You do not know that the mechanic will add it, but suddenly engine will go off. Same thing goes here. All these things are factory made for directly there. So the tension is lesser. That is AngularJS. Last thing, why AngularJS became popular. Now imagine you are a project manager and you know nothing about front-end framework. That's what happens in India. Not every, but some of them. And because they're busy, they have 10,000 things to do, manage this, and how will they code every time? Now, you have to.
Generally, the manager point of view is nothing like that way they are feeling.
Yeah, but it's not their fault also. You know why? Because they have to do so many other things in the company. There are many headaches they have to take care of. They can't peacefully code like a developer. Today I understand because we are managing things. I know it's not an easy task. We have to do so many things we don't like. He's absent, it's happening, or mid project delivery failure, whatever, everything you have to manage. Developer he has to code, but manager has to take the decision. Which framework to use? What will you do? You'll Google. And then you'll find 20 frameworks open source. Backbone.js one of them. So now tomorrow if Backbone.js fails, or they remove Backbone.js, problem is for the manager. Top people say, why the hell you did that? Why did you choose this framework? Why did you not do the survey? So he will say, okay, let me go with AngularJS. Now why? Why AngularJS? Because it is by Google.
Branded.
If it is made by Google, 100% it will be in the industry. 100% will be supported, 100% will be bug free. At least it's a brand.
90% is.
90%. I'll close my eyes, go with AngularJS. Tomorrow, if it fails, also, I'll say, see, I chose the best thing, but Google has failed it. It's not my fault.
Branded people, that's why we are.
That's what one of the reasons it became popular. When people start up, they'll say, okay, AngularJS is by Google, okay, then 4 or 5 nice blogs. That's all.
That's why everybody is calling Angular.
That's people don't know the secret. And of course, it is a brand, they have done well also. I agree.
Backbone JS also similar to that one.
No, very much different. So now I've worked with backward, that's why I'm telling you. So keeping these things in mind, AngularJS became the best framework today, and that's why you are here. Now, last thing, what are the websites that are built with AngularJS? Let's look at. To your surprise, who's the competitor of Google other than Microsoft? Apple, and their website is built using AngularJS, right? Previously, Backbone.js because I trained that team, but then finally they moved to AngularJS. These are some of the top sites made with AngularJS. Renault website, good, big company. Weather.com, big company again.
So media support also very good.
Yes, Apple developer search, Amazon, cars.com, Domino's Pizza. Then Coupon Dunia, you have heard about it. Gap, which is a top brand. United Airlines, Australia.com, and NBA. Those who love football, they'll know it. Bodybuilding.com, pretty well known site, believe me. Finance, Swedbank, Paytm,
ATM also.
and it doesn't end. And you know the reason why they are so popular. You can definitely have a look at them and you'll get a fair idea. It's official that they are made in that. What that concludes that it is a top and popular technology. It's a top and popular technology, and yes, you have made the right choice. So now let us move to the next thing, which is how we code in AngularJS. All right. So AngularJS coding is pretty simple, and we will. I think the best thing is let's do it, right? Rather than always talking. So did you get your laptop? No? Good. Please start your laptop. I think for the next 20 minutes, we'll just, right. The class was 9 to 10, right? But it's okay. We'll try to go till 10 because we delayed it. So you can plug in your charger. No, no, please have it.
Because you came to a movie where it started the class.
No, no, it's okay. It's like for me, it's very normal thing. Travel a lot.
I'm not slept yesterday.
I can make out what happened.
Huh?
You did not sleep, huh? Why? What happened?
Something happened.
Oh, is it?
We were watching movies.
Oh, that is not something. That is good thing happened. No, that is very good thing happened. Time spent to be wasted is never wasted. What movies you watched?
This flying jet and force.
How is supposed to be? John Abraham.
No, yes.
I want to watch that one first. How is the story?
Normal. I'm not that much fan of movies. I'm just giving company to my husband.
Good, good, good. Your husband is really lucky. He's fond of movies.
I
John
told
Abraham.
him tomorrow morning I have class. Okay, you sleep, I will watch.
So your husband is a big time movie buff. Is it he likes loves movies?
Depends on his mood.
Good, good, nice. That's good. That's great. I appreciate that. You are a very good wife. You at least accompanied him for the movie. Good, good. But anyways, movie is fun actually. You should. Even I love watching movies. It's better than serials, you know.
Regularly, I not watch. Sometimes it's good to get motivation from movies. Adventures or some martial art movies or some comedy movies.
I agree with you. I think I exactly. No, actually, we should watch movies sometime. You watch movies? No, sometimes once in a while, they really give you inspiration.
Sometimes you get punished and you feel like you should start doing it.
I know.
To get that one, sometimes you watch.
No, I think you can just plug in so that you can also access it. Because I already have the internet with me. It's a local one here, so it will connect. I'll give you the password. It is Airtel something. Let me give you the password right away. Password is DEQ5. You can see the screen, MEJ1. You can look at my screen now. DEQ5 MEJ1. For you, you don't need the password. It will automatically connect via LAN. Yeah, it's connected in a while. Then after that,
What names?
Airtel, what is it? No, Airtel something you'll find out. Let me tell you. You can see my screen now. Okay, it did not start. The moment it will start. You don't need to start it, it will automatically start. Yeah, can you see that? Yeah, so the password is this one.
Now disconnected.
No, it will show a LAN symbol connected. Not here. Try to access the internet. Just give me 1 second. See what is the issue here? It will connect really fast. Are you connected?
Connected.
Please continue through that.
This thing. You should also connect, but I don't know. Anyways, well, anyway, end of the day, if you're connected, that's all. Just go to AngularJS, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, download AngularJS now. AngularJS.org is the website name. Here it is. And look at carefully, Vidyulata. You can also Vidyulata, right?
Right.
Good, good. I'm able to remember, but your name is complex to remember. Yeah, have a look at here. AngularJS one you can see here, right? Now you click on this, okay, and once you click on this, you will see this option coming in for you. Click on not minified but uncompressed. Click on
One
this.
or two.
Yes, click on the one. Click on 1.5x and uncompressed. Not here, yeah, uncompressed. Yes, right. See this uncompressed option and then click on the download. It's going to download the file for you. Yeah, just say yes. Here it is, no? Just say keep. See here, Vidulada, if you download, it will ask you discard or keep. Just say keep. I'm discarding because I have already downloaded it many times. Done? Great. Now we are ready to start our AngularJS. So first thing what I'm going to do, go to the desktop, all of you with me. Right click and open a folder called, let us say, Angular new. Because we're starting a new batch. Angular new and press enter. Of course, you have to create a folder. And you downloaded AngularJS, right? Remember the one which you have downloaded, yes, right now. You just copy that AngularJS and paste it in the Angular new folder in the desktop like that. Hmm? Once you are done with that, what is next thing?
On that Node plus.
Yeah, you have Sublime Text or Notepad++, whichever is your favorite. Good. Sublime Text is better. Next thing, guys, what you do, you open a favorite editor, whatever is it. Okay, and then create HTML code. So now see, guys, what I'm writing here. Look at carefully. HTML, sorry, not doc type HTML. That means I'm telling, okay. So what I'll do is, you can do the same step if you have the Sublime Text. Save it, Control S, and save it to the desktop, Angular new folder. Give it a name called app.html. What is the name? App.html. Hmm? Great. I forgot your name here.
Ashok.
Ashok. Now, yes, your name. Now, Vidulata, if you are having Sublime Text, H you enter and then automatically you get the template. Less than H. Got it? So the effective thing is that in the folder you should have app.html and angular.js in the same directory. Now, guys, all of you know how to link a JavaScript file, right? That is simple. See, no problem. If it's not supporting, you write the code. Don't worry, you write the code. Like, normally what I've written, you write the code. No tension. You can look at my code here. In the head section, I'm just saying script src equal to angular.js and close the script tag to include AngularJS.
What the file name?
App.html. Yeah, tell me.
I don't HTML and tab then it came.
Oh, okay, cool. Now, this is the code you have to write. Just write this code for a time. And guys, yeah, let's do that much.
Which editor is better?
Sublime text. Done, no?
Yes.
Fantastic. Now, let's understand small thing about AngularJS. Now, AngularJS is modular. What is the meaning of modular?
Broken into small modules.
Your code is broken, yeah, exactly. Your code is broken down into many, many modules. Now, if you talk about any programming language like Java or C++ or C, they always start with the main function, right? Now, instead of that function in Angular, we need to start our program with one main module. If you've done any modular programming language, then you know that you need to have one main module and additional modules. What does that mean? That means if I have, let us say, a small application with me, let us say an e-commerce application, I will divide this application into multiple modules. Let me tell you what are the modules I'm talking about. First, I can make a module called payment. All the payment related JavaScript code is going to be kept inside the payment module. Tomorrow some issue happens in payment, I can forward it to the payment team and say, look at the payment module, don't look at the entire code. Product module, user module, admin module to administer products. But I always use a main module. Why? Because it's like when you assemble a car. You have the main body and then you assemble the engine, the other parts of the car, engine ho gaya, maybe main body, chassis and everything. But you'll always have a main car structure, and inside that you'll assemble it. You need one container, right? Inside which you can say, okay, call all the other modules. Similar to that in AngularJS, we have a main module. And inside this main module, what we do is we assemble all the other modules of the application and entire application is ready. So we need a minimum of one module to start off with.
Main module.
It can have any name, but I'm saying it is a main module. Okay. So how do we do that now? So starting with first thing, I'm going to now create a main module. Look at it how I'm going to create. I'm going to say where module ref, because that means I need to have the reference to the main module, equal to angular dot module. Name of the module is main, comma. This needs an empty array. Tomorrow other modules I can mention here. Like if I need payment module, comma, user module, comma,
Is a sub module.
admin module. Not sub module, they are independent modules. Like if you are making a car, engine will keep separately, will add it to the car.
Okay. First you are telling that main, right?
This module means the entire main module will say, okay, now I'm loaded, come on.
Yeah.
With me, I need these people to work.
We are assigning all the modules to that main.
Yes, right. But for now, we have not created additional module. We start with basic one. Semicolon. Done. Now, let us understand something about controllers. You might have definitely read about it. I'll tell you what is a controller in the simplest way. If I develop a big application, Now it will always be single page. That means there will not be two HTML pages. Only one HTML page will be there. Main page. It's a single page application after all. Let's say it has a banner. P for banner. Some image and all will be kept here. Then we have a menu item here. Now keep in mind, all these menu items are also coming from variables, right? JavaScript is making them. Then you have a login box where people can log in. Now login box will also have its own logic. Like if you submit the button without entering the values, it will say, hey, you can't do that. If you submit the button, then it will contact the server or maybe validation or whatever it is, verification. Then you have a main area. The main component. Here maybe you can show the entire website information. Then you will have a footer area. Here you will have some other variables like privacy information, menu, other things. Angular is very smart, and why it is smart, we'll understand right away now. Because it says, hey, all these are different areas. Then why you use single JavaScript file to define variables for all these things? Wrong. You need to define separate JavaScript files, and it's going to immensely help you. Highly stored. Let's say this is one view.
Yes.
It has its own logic. Right, like validation of user password. That is using JavaScript. It has its own variables, no? Some variables like let's say register now or welcome to ZenRays. It is again, these are two variables. Normally, I will create one JavaScript file or jQuery file and I'll write all the variables for this entire page. Show them. Angular says, no, sir, if this is your view, you should have one controller file, which means a separate file for this. So I'm going to create a separate file for this.
Login view.
Or maybe let's say separate function. This will become the controller for login. Login controller. Main, I'll create another thing for main. For main, I'm going to create a separate, let's say, file or even a function is fine. Let's start with file because it's more cleaner, isn't it? A separate file. And inside this file, I'll write all the variables, maybe website information. All these things are variables, no? I'll write them here. Maybe some logic that if you click on it, then it will do something, blah, blah, blah. Same thing for menu. Another file. That means I create a controller for every view. Tomorrow, if something is not working in login, I'll close my eyes and say the name of the controller is login. The file name is login controller.js. Go there, play with it. Any change done? Yeah, next important thing. Any change done to this file is not going to affect this file. Clean and beautiful code. Remember, it's a single page application.
There is struggling with the how many variables.
Now, that is a trick. If you understand this trick, you know AngularJS by now. Let's implement it now. I'm pretty happy that you guys are getting it. So let's start with creating a separate file from the beginning. I don't do it, but because now I'm showing you in a different way, I want to also implement that same thing. So I'm going to write one file called script. src equal to, let's say main controller.js. Close the script. Clear? And now, important thing, I need to now, main tag? Main tag? There is a main tag in HTML. It's just a tag. I'll write my main controller here.
The HTML file itself will have a main tag. Right?
Yes, right. Now, guys, this is going to be my area of what? Main controller. And this is going to be my area. Body is going to be where AngularJS will load. AngularJS is pretty smart. It says, hey, you want to load me? Tell me where should I operate? I'm saying till the body section. So I'm going to write ng-app equal to, what is the module name? Main. Because we need one main module to load everything, no? Next thing, I said, hey, I have a controller, right? So I'll say ng hyphen. These are pre-built things. Controller equal to main. Very good. I defined the boundary of main controller also. Now I just need to write the file for it. I'm going to write the file for it. See, module ref which I created earlier, no? Dot controller. Name of the controller is main controller. That's what we gave it. Now I need to create one function where I'm going to write this code. So I'm going to say, let's say, main ctrl func. I'm going to write this function where the entire logic of this controller is kept in main ctrl func. And here, what is the logic? I'll just pass a variable. No, it's not a variable. I'll just inject a variable called $scope. You'll understand why I'm passing it. I'm going to say $scope dot, let us say, msg is with a message hello. Controller. I define two variables. Save it. Where will you keep it? Here only for the time being. I think it's a comma or a dot. Now this is a simple piece of code I wrote. Nothing complicated, right? app.html, main control.js. Now I need to write those apps.
Body ng app to be added the main, right?
Which is equal to this one.
Okay.
That means, see, you need to load a main module. No, this is a main module. Then controller will come here. It will come from this file. Next thing, what variable I did I define? I said the message is any variable in double, what do you call it? Braces. No, not braces. Yeah, not braces. Curly braces. Curly brackets. What was the message? MSG question. Save it. That's it. Open the app.html file, but UI plays an important role. You all of you are UI experts, but I'll apply some average UI in my case. Close this style tag. I'm gonna just write down here main comma body border 4 pixels solid cyan padding 10 pixels. And then main I'll give again override the border color. This is a controller. This is the entire application. This thing is not gonna to come. So if I give a BR here, just to make it look good. The interesting thing is, if I write this thing here, the same thing will not display in the body area because you separate things clearly. And Angular will not work outside the body area.
Wherever we can place it.
Yeah, now that's as simple as it is. Next thing, how about writing a function? Dot, let us say, Now I want to have a click also, right? Inside this controller, right? A button. Only trick is instead of on click, if you write in Java, you write ng hyphen click. The rest all is the same. My lord. That's it.
That's correct. But we written a controller in the main, right?
Controller will be always inside the main. This is the application boundary, Cyan. And this is the controller boundary. Inside that, you will have multiple controllers, as you know. Yes, it is perfect. See, every controller, any code of Angular will always fall inside this body. That's true. It has to be inside the body. Outside this, it's not going to work at all. So outside body, to, but let us say what I'm trying to say is instead of body, if I let's say create a div here, and then outside I want to show something, it will not work. Everything should be inside the main function. Main.
My
That's
question is message you copied above the main, no?
it
How
will not
this
work.
one?
It will not work. See this one, nothing is coming here empty.
That's one.
That's all. That is the philosophy of AngularJS. Can we write some code? Can you write this code now, guys? You don't need to write this CSS, but if you want to, it's up to you. Yeah. And what I'll do
This
is,
editor?
sorry,
This editor?
this is Sublime Text. So what I'm going to do is, for your convenience, the main controller file, also I'm going to show you here. So if you have written the main controller, this is the main controller file. Maybe I need to reduce the font size. Option. Now, if you want to write the main controller, this is the main control file, this is the code here. So I hope that should be pretty much clear to you now. Right? Simple. Is it complicated? No. The philosophy you have to understand. Every view, one JavaScript file. Life is more clean and less tension. Got it? Come on, can you now write this piece of code? Just a moment. Just a moment. I'm just going to send a screenshot also. So when we want to send a code, we never send the code actually, we always send a screenshot that you write rather than. So I'll mail you in case you're not able to finish in time. But I think you'll be able to finish in time. We'll leave in another 10 minutes. But You have to understand the, you have to understand the philosophy behind Angular. If you
Yes, yes.
understand that, it becomes a piece of cake. It is cake. Is it visible to you?
Yes.
If you want, I can increase the font. This should be fine for you now. So what happened with the sleep now? You sleep now after finishing class. How are you? Ashwin?
No,
What time you sleep now?
around 1 o'clock.
You're very disciplined.
Yeah.
What domain do you work?
I'm working alternate concepts.
Okay, okay. So like what domain like means Angular use front end, back end.
Front end, 13 years experience in the landscape.
Oh, very good. What frameworks do you know?
Admin LT right now I'm using.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because I'm only one developer as well as a senior technical leader.
Mm-hmm. Great.
So I used to use, they will give that assignment for me only, but I need to choose all the things front end, back end, everything right now. Last year I have a team with what you call a front end developer, back end developer right now.
Okay, okay, okay. Tough for you.
That's why little bit some work is coming in the Angular. So that build analysis, I didn't understand that build.
I got it.
Other than that,
We'll go through one tool also for
correct,
that.
correct.
I got it. I got it. But it's a very good technology. In the next 1 2 years, it's going to be hot cake.
Yeah, that little bit confusion for me is Node.js or AngularJS. I have confusion. Node.js is a backend only, right?
It's a backend. The Angular is front end.
Yeah, here only I have a pencil. But the scope dot show message you written now. That is semicolon is not that required.
Good question. No, semicolon is optional in JavaScript. What is the dollar scope actually?
The Angular is a built-in.
Yeah, so I will tell you what exactly. Correct, you are right. So, dollar scope means, I'm saying that these three things should be in the scope of the controller. To bring them to their scope, what I do is to bring these variables to the scope of this controller, I need to attach it to the dollar scope object. Dollar scope is an object. If I attach it to that, automatically Angular will make these variables available to my controller. Pretty simple. Got it? If I just declare where, then it will not attach. You have to attach it to the dollar scope. Are you getting it, Vidyalata?
I wrote it first without looking at it, but now I'm checking. Last second, it is not for function by as a habit. I'm writing this Angular.
Not true.
I added round brackets in this after this main function name.
Okay, I got it, I got it. Are you getting it? Now, if you're not getting it, do Control Shift I. Go alt tab, Control Shift alt tab. No need for that. Don't worry about that. You do one thing. You just Control Shift I. Press the key together. Shift I for yeah. Now look at the click on the console. No, not this one. Now what is it? Sorry. Click on this console here. It's in modular, not defined. Line number 1. So it should be module, not modular. Spelling is wrong. Should be, I'll tell you. Go back.
Module is not defined.
No, I'll tell you. Go to this main line control. Spelling is wrong. Module, it's not module, it's module ref. What does it mean? R is capital. No? R is not there. Remove that R. Module ref. See, you have written, no, you have not here. Yes, correct. Copy this thing inside. Yeah, correct. Save control. Now, hello. Control Shift C. Control Shift C. Again open the tab. And then close the list. Now again Control Shift I. Again Control Shift I. See some other window. So that is your debug window. You need to always debug. Reference image is not defined. No, I know that you go to image is not defined by go to app. Here MSG is Mac MEG. See spelling is wrong. MSG. Save it. Alt tab. Okay, load. Yes, now click on this. Again, MSG is not defined, right? Go back. I think you wrote it. Dollar scope dot. So comma is not there. Dollar it's an object. Dollar scope dot MSG. Comma is not there. Perfect. How about you? Let's see. You got the output also? Wow, that means you are good in coding. You know the JavaScript much? How do you know? You know JavaScript?
Concepts I know, but I am not coded in this.
Good, you made it nice, UI also nice. Good, perfect. So let's got it how it is. It's not at all a rocket science. It's pretty much simple. Last thing, a bonus thing I'm showing you. That is called two-way data binding. Just write input, type equal to text, instead of name, ng-model equal to, let's say msg. This makes a live linking of the message variable to what you type in the input box. Reload it, and now dynamically, that's a part of AngularJS. Two-way binding. You just say ng model, that means whatever I write becomes the data entity. That means whatever I write here in this input box is equated to message variable. Just write this line and test it. You can write this one and test it, and then we'll call it a day. I think I got it completely.
I'll type on that Linux keyboard.
I know, I understand.
Because I never used the laptop for coding.
Sorry? Is it?
No.
Terminal.
No. Terminal and the keyboard only I used to type that coding. Never laptop only for document display. Tomorrow the same time, right?
Tomorrow, I think it will be the same time. Yes, Ankit informed me. I think it should be the same time.
9 to.
You can just confirm me once again, but yes, the time should be the same.
You are a designer. Hmm?
Some designer, you know,
What do you call this editor?
Sublime text. Sublime hyphen text. What is it? Would you look at now? Good. Pretty simple. Right. So anyways, that's an introductory class. Now we will follow app-based approach. That means you build an app and learn with that. Alright? We'll have theoretical conceptual coding also. That will be coding, but along with that app is a separate entity and we'll build them together. Don't confuse it with the live project. It's an app. But live project is something which is beyond what we think of. You are industry people that we use different things. So that's exactly as per That's exactly as per industry. This app is also as per industry standard, but the difference is that in this app we cannot use any foreign library, outside library or some complex things. In the live project we are going to make it completely what companies do. Okay. So let's move with that and we'll start with the next class. I think you have to do the registration and all right. Ankit might have told you. You can just complete that. You can also complete it meanwhile. You have this one, right? Yeah. Yeah, this will be, but I think, yeah, either ways. So whatever you're joining, we just gave up for a reference. So I don't know how it is payment. So you will be paying now or how it is like? Discuss with Ankit already?
The registration paid.
Paid, no? Yeah, so I think first class you have to, I think, pay the fees and all. Did you discuss with Ankit?
They told me next after 1 plus we can online do it.
So you want to pay online or you want to pay through?
just for registration class. That's it.
Yeah, yeah. So this amount, when you, I don't know, I'm not sure, but maybe I'll confirm with him. I don't know what is the contract. He asked me to give you the form and something. Yeah, the class is over. I just wanted to do the participants do the operation. They need to pay online, they need to pay the cash fee. How is it? How is it? No, I did not ask them, so. Hmm. So guys, you have got cash or you want to pay online? What is what?
Online is better.
So we can pay the online payment. I think they are saying online is better for us. So what do we do? Okay. Yeah, because cash, I think already cash purchase there. That's not possible. Yeah, so which is that done payment from our online gateway or she has done through net banking? Then it's okay. Let her pay from online. Okay, very great. Done. So today they have to do it or when they have to do it? Okay. So guys, he said that today you can pay, but you can pay online. Yeah, you can just add transfer to the company you convert them in your value, then as account. Vijayalata, you had that online payment link, no? Ankit will send you the payment link for online. So you can
That app, something he told. That's better. I can credit card.
You want to pay through app or net banking, which will you prefer?
Net banking, I have to pay the registration fees. I pay.
Yeah, so the
but the app is better for me.
better for you. So you have to just ask. Okay, not a problem. That is better. You can pay from them. We are fine with that. You can also.
But he not referred that link.
No, no, you will get the payment link now. So it's supposed to be indicated in the website, but there was some other options. But right now, we will share the link, payment link, company's name. You can pay from that also. Okay. So guys, think seriously about the project also. We want to, it's project spec, everything is ready. But of course, we can't share right now.
What I need to write here? Someone to
Yeah, details, whatever is it, what codes, whatever is it, right?
The amount paid is asking, no? That's one. Amount.
Yes, yes, sir. Amount paid is asking, correct. And a signature, and then I just submit it to the company. So guys, are you clear with AngularJS now? I mean, whatever we have discussed, of course. Angular is just, this is just the beginning. There's a lot more that needs to be covered. I'll probably just, so this recording will be shared with you. Okay.